Too often do we get one of the greatest NBA players with us to help celebrate today's event. Udonis Haslem has been a three-time champion in the NBA. He is the captain of the Miami Heat. He's waving here to his good friend Tim over in the audience from the Associated Press. But I guess, so how long have you been here so far today? Have you enjoyed yourself so far?
Well, yeah, so my history goes back is I'm born and raised here in Miami, but my grandparents are from Perry, Georgia, so NASCAR has been something that my grandparents have watched my whole life, and I've sat there as a kid and I watched it, but this is actually my first time experiencing it, and it's overwhelming. It's amazing. It's just a whole nother community that I had no idea about being here. So watching it on TV doesn't even compare to being here in person, and it's an amazing experience.
So you're pretty fired up to see him actually crank the engines up and go.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
Tell us a little bit about, I know you were the DoorDash family, sort of how did that transpire?
Well, I've watched, obviously traveling a lot. I've been a fan of DoorDash and everything, but I've watched, the work that DoorDash has done, with Bubba and everything, and I've admired that, from my standpoint, and, we've had the opportunity to work with our foundation in DoorDash, and, I think it's a great partnership. I think it's a huge opportunity for us to continue to expand, our relationship with everything we have going. So, you need resources when you talk about charities and partnerships and different things like that. So we have a push-up challenge coming on. Just looking forward to growing that partnership with DoorDash and following in the footsteps of the things that they've done with Bubba and being an ambassador with these guys.
Tell us a little bit about your foundation and what it serves and when did it start?
My foundation, started years ago, but we really rebranded the last year. Our three pillars are, mental health, small businesses, and also children, the community. So, that's been my focus being here in Miami. Everything has changed, and, we've evolved with the times. Affordable housing we're looking into. So everything about the city of Miami. I am Miami. I've been born and raised here, and I touch the people. So, whatever we hear, wherever there's a need, we step in, and needs change, times change, and, we have to evolve with the times.
I neglected to say that Udonis is serving today as an honorary official for the Dixie Vodka.
I thought I was driving.
So, well, I'm sure we can find you a ride.
You told me I was driving. That's the only reason why I came.
We got to find, listen, you're so tall, we'd have to make some adjustments to get you in the cockpit.
I saw those trucks out there. I'm sure they can figure it out.
I guarantee you.
Yeah, they can
no
definitely
doubt.
figure it out.
No doubt. Let's open up for questions. I know, Tim, you've got one over here to my right.
I always answer Tim questions. Does anybody else want to go before Tim? I'm sure I know what Tim's probably going to ask. Okay, we let Tim go first then.
I can't believe after 20 years you still take this from me. I know you were here, I know you were hoping to exchange jerseys with Bubba. First off, just how disappointed were you that didn't get to transpire as you hoped? And secondly, I'm just curious if you have any relationship with Bubba, if you kind of know him at all.
I mean, I'm a little disappointed, but obviously, I understand, alphas in alpha sports. I am an alpha, so I understand how that goes, and it's a competitive nature. So I'm still happy to be here. Like I said, I've grown up in a household where my grandparents are from Perry, Georgia, so I literally used to watch my grandfather watch the cars go round and round and round. And also I watched baseball. Those are two things that I watched with my grandfather growing up. So, things come full circle, and this is an amazing opportunity for me. He's never had the opportunity to go to something like this. So, this is my opportunity to kind of do some of the things that he would have loved to do as a kid.
And just one follow-up. Obviously, you are Miami, like you said. You've seen the evolution of this town as a sports town. We have F1 now at the stadium. You guys have won 3 titles, and you go on and on and on. And
72 Dolphins went undefeated.
That also
You can never leave that out.
You were barely not alive to that.
I was not alive to. Don't do me like that. I was not alive. I was born in '80. Don't do that.
Like you said, you also travel a lot. How does Miami stack? This is a playoff race here today. There's all sorts of. It is a huge sports town. How does Miami stack up? From the other places you've seen in the country, is it as good as anyone?
I think we're the top of the list. Even though this is my first time, coming down and experiencing this has been something that I've wanted to experience. Everything about the Miami Speedway and everything that's been going on down here. Obviously, I missed the 305, but I kind of moved to the 954 a little bit, so I don't make it down to these parts as much as I used to. But everything about Miami. we stepped up to the plate in every sports category. The Marlins have won. The Panthers were right there last year, and they had the #1 seed. So, the Heat, we know what we do. And I got our 72 Dolphins. So we're a sports town. Our fans just show up a little late sometimes, but that's okay. They'll be there. They just they take their time.
All right, Scott here in the center.
Hi, John. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
All right, when Brad Doherty retired from the NBA, he dove into this NASCAR arena. Now Michael Jordan obviously dives into it. Do you think that when your playing career is up that you might follow suit and get into this, because it's a great sport and certainly growing?
Oh, it's definitely a great sport. Obviously, for me, the next step is to focus on, ownership at the NBA level. But I don't think that I put a cap on myself. I never pigeonhole myself. And I'm a person that is very ambitious. And if it's something that I'm interested in, and it's something that I want to be a part of, then we talk about it and we make that move. So, this is something that I'm definitely interested in. I like to compete. I love fast. And I know it's kind of a, parody, but the movie Talladega Nights is one of my favorite movies ever. Like, I still watch it to this day.
I knew I liked you from the first time I
love
shook
that
your
guy.
hand.
I love that guy. Formula Remember that when he said that?
Absolutely.
That would make me laugh.
Yeah, I love it. Over here to the left, Jared.
Jerry Jordan kicking the tires on that. I don't like either one of y'all anymore. Come on, there's better movies about NASCAR than Talladega.
It's Talladega, though.
I
We're
know,
Talladega.
I know.
He loves
But
Talladega.
they did not have Will Ferrell in it. Those movies didn't have Will Ferrell.
So let me ask you, talk about going fast, you talk about being in Miami. There's other movies about Miami and going fast, but have you been, what's the fastest you've been in a car? What's your favorite car? And do you think you can make some laps out here in one of these?
You talking to a man who think they can do anything they put their mind to. But I'm not going to do it as well as those guys. But I think I can make a couple laps. The fastest I've been in a car, I'm not going to snitch on myself on stage, so I'm going to keep that to myself. But I got a nice little electric Audi that it moves pretty well. So I enjoy that.
Okay. I'll let you off of that one.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Any more questions? Back here in the back on the left, we'll get a microphone to it.
How you doing? So nice to meet you. Kenneth Leonard from the South Florida Media Network. You talk about you being Miami, Miami Heat, the Miami Dolphins, Panthers, Marlins. For here though in NASCAR, once at Miami Speedway, what has this atmosphere been like, and has it been any different in a unique way compared to the others you've experienced?
Oh yeah, I think this is the more exciting atmosphere. It's wide open. You have people everywhere. You have the trucks, you have the crews, you have the cars, you have the energy of the motors revving. This is way more intense and way more exciting than a cheesy little stadium with a couple people and they lock us in. This is wide open, and for me, you can feel the energy coming from all angles. You can feel it, the motors revving over here. You can feel the trucks over here. You can feel the fans coming this way. It's just all over. So I was just taking it all in as I was walking in, and a couple people noticed me, and I signed a couple autographs. I didn't really think nobody was gonna notice me here with everything going on. It's just so much excitement. But yeah, I'm Miami. They noticed me.
I think we need to sign you up right now.
I came to drive. I told y'all, I came to drive, man.
I love it.
That's why I let my driver drive me here for an hour. I was prepping.
We got to get him behind the wheel. We got to get you out of one of the NASCAR racing experiences. Put you behind the wheel and see what you can do.
You'd be surprised.
We're going to do that. I can tell you.
Surprised.
Any more questions for Udonis? Well, thank you so much for being here. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we hope you continue to be a fan of our sport for a long period of time.
Thank you, guys. I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it. Looking forward.